Well, that was nice.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great.
I think our voices go very well together, actually.
Yeah, I think they do. So look, that was from your multi-million selling album, Eye to the Telescope.
Yes.
Is the title anything to do with the fact that your dad's an astronomer?
Yeah. Well, he's not, actually. But he's a physicist.
Right, okay.
But he basically had access to various different scientific areas of the university. And I mean, he's amazing. If a professor of chemistry was off, he could go and take the lesson.
Yeah.
So how do you know that? I think he
might have just made it up. I mean, once it gets to a certain level of complicatedness, presumably there's very few people who can go, actually, I think you'll find that one thing we know about force is...
But it's not that strong.
So it's something to do with that?
But no, my dad used to take me and my brothers to the big observatory telescope, and if there was a sort of astronomical event, or like Halley's Comet, we went to see quite a lot, and then he'd show us Saturn, and it was just amazing. So I was like sort of 7 or 8 or something, and it's just My Little Pony, and whether you're still friends with little Sally.
Yeah.
And you're looking at these planets just going, oh, this is quite heavy. Yeah. It's bigger.
I tell you a weird fact as well about when Mick, my producer on the X Breakfast Show, there in the green jumper.
Yes.
His dad took over from your dad at St Andrews University when he retired.
Or something like that.
How spooky is that?
I know. There's I mean, how small is life? I mean, this,
tiny.
I mean, it's almost like microcosmic level, Lauren, like science.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There's got to be a scientific parallel.
I'm so rubbish at science.
Now we're clever enough to work it out. Are you?
Yeah, rubbish.
Is that because...
It's like alchemy to me.
Was that because when my dad's a sociologist, it's quite a similar thing. He's a very big, enormous brain. And the problem is that when you have a very clever dad, when you ask for help with your homework, they just give you a really complicated
There's 27 different ways of doing this.
There's a million possibilities.
And then he does it for you.
Yeah.
And you don't know how he did it, and you get to school, and then they go... Kate, there's no way that you did this because this is A-level physics and
you
you're
seem
12.
to have worked out pi. Now, how did you do that? Exactly. You seem to have come to the end of pi. Now, nobody's ever done that in the history of the world, Kate. Be honest.
But we did find out something interesting the other day, which is, what is the square root of -1? It's I.
What? How can something be I?
Honestly.
I's not a number.
But we think, how cool is that being Scottish? If someone was to ask you, what is the square root of -1, you go... Aye. It's brilliant.
You're technically correct.
Yeah.
They can't pick you up on it.
Totally.
So look, as previously discussed, you're now taking over the world, but did spend a few years as a bit of a struggling musician.
Yeah.
What I want to ask was, have you got used to the finer things in life yet? Made any really ridiculous rock star purchases?
I'm learning how to spend, and it's fun. But I was quite nervous about it for a while because I'm not... I mean, I remember maybe 5 years ago, I didn't have enough money to buy a stamp, and I was like scrabbling down the sofa and had to wait for my gyro the next day to send like a homemade birthday card. It was so pathetic.
Yeah.
But it was quite funny at the time, and sometimes we wouldn't have enough money to put petrol in the old banger to get food, like drive down to the supermarkets. We'd like nick vegetables and stuff from the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was brilliant. It was a really romantic existence. So there was part of me that sort of was a bit repulsed by having lots of money, because I've always really enjoyed a lifestyle of it. It's not cool to have a big gold watch.
It's a sort of Scottish thing as well, isn't it? Because you want to be the underdog. It's there's a big part of you that wants to do that.
Well, it's also the kind of the British culture thing, is that if you're successful, then you're totally in for it.
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to get torn down any moment.
Do you feel like you've had any of that yet?
No, I don't actually.
I think you've done pretty well.
I think
everyone
got
likes
off
you
very, very lightly. I don't know if something hideous is going to happen. I don't know, maybe if you're past 27, the year of rock death.
I know. Hendrix.
I know.
Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin.
Yeah, and instead of killing myself, I said, actually, I'm going to get a record deal.
Yeah, you suddenly became
I don't
really
want to be a little folksy hippie anymore. I want to go and get a record deal. But I do think it's got something to do with being a bit older. Mm-hmm. That it's probably also that you're less likely to make a total tit of yourself.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't... Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say tit?
Yeah, you can.
But...
If you've got them, you can say it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the rule on this
Girls
show.
only.
Yeah.
Girls are allowed to say it. But, I think... and also because I'm in a relationship, so there's not a lot of juice. There's not a lot of... there's not a lot of stuff to dig about. And I'm not... I'm not that into, going to China Whites in a bikini.
Yes.
So,
oh no, me either. Just
more's
too
the
cold.
pity, really.
Well, you never know what Callum Best might have sat on a seat before you, and then before you know what's going on, you have an orange baby, and you don't know whose it is, and you know what I mean. It just all gets a bit dark.
So there's not much there's not much they can go on at the moment to sort of
no
ruin my glorious position on my little throne.
I think as well, the thing with you is that you just don't seem to be asking for anybody's opinion, and if you don't ask, then they can't withhold it. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it does hurt when you. It particularly hurts if I read a review of a live show.
Mm-hmm.
I remember reading one review, and it said that everyone was totally disinterested and talking at the bar, and it was just rubbish. It was absolute rubbish. They were talking at the bar, and assumed everybody else was, and it was a packed out Shepherd's Bush sold out show, and it was an absolutely brilliant night. And so that's annoying because you've not got any. You're just totally
you can't.
powerless, and you can't. So you've got to ignore that stuff. But when you know it's like a lie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lie.
The Sunday Times this weekend said that I liked Celine Dion. I mean, how bad is that? If you think that's bad, that's the Times. Anyway.
But do you, Lauren?
Well, who doesn't? No, I don't. I think it was because I brought it on myself because I'd been smelling her perfume in a shop that day and going, oh, that's disgusting. And somehow, by some kind of voodoo of which I was... completely unaware, I sort of invoked
some
her
hideous karma.
I brought her into my life. But look,
and isn't it funny that you could say it's sea lion dying?
Sea lion dying.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
I will say that from now on.
Yeah.
So as not to invoke her anymore. I might just get a massive sea lion turning up at work. We sent you this. But look, you've got a new album out. It's a new acoustic versions of songs from Ice of the Tunstall, right?
It is. Well, no, actually, it's not.
No,
it's not. That's what we were going to do.
Oh, do tell me what happened.
And then we went on to the Isle of Skye, and we had a day to record this album. It's a little extra album, and I thought, oh yeah, we'll do like a little live version.
Yeah.
But then I also heard Alanis Morissette's acoustic version of Jagged Little Pill.
Oh right.
And it's just really limp. The whole reason it was good was because it was, and I thought, what are we doing? This is maybe a bit of a mistake. And the head of the label, Shabs, came up to Sky with us, and he said, right, I've had an idea, we should do lots of new songs. And I went, right. But we didn't do that.
I'll just go upstairs for a moment. 5 hours later came back.
Just going to the toilet. But no, we ended up doing a mix-up, so we did two songs from the album.
Okay.
And just stripped back. A couple of really old songs of mine. A couple of one or two brand new ones.
Yeah.
And a couple of B-sides, and a cover. We did a Beck cover.
Which one?
We did Golden Days from Sea Change, which
lovely.
I love.
Gorgeous.
And so it turned into this really weird little collection of stuff that's got nothing to do with the next album.
And what have you called it? Because haven't you named it after your old folk
It's
night
the
that you used to
Acoustic
run?
Extravaganza. Yeah, it's named after the music night I set up in Edinburgh. I was forced to set up in Edinburgh because no venues in Edinburgh were interested in having me play. I was in we had a weird prog 3-piece pop band with a girl singing, and it was just all boys with guitar straps with extensions on them,
right,
playing around their ankles and being quite upset.
Not looking at the audience.
Yeah.
I'm angry about stuff.
And so they just thought, oh, we can't have a girl singing in our club. So I set up a night at the Gilded Balloon where they do all the comedy in the summer, and it's sadly burnt down now. But it was brilliant. And it was packed out. We just used to have lots of bands and singer-songwriters and stuff, and it was great.
And now you've named your album after it.
Named the album after it. Used the same font as I used to use on the
Really?
posters. It's called Dimitri Swank.
I like the name.
Yes. And that's what I always used to use that on the posters. We've even gone as far as that.
You're quite into your fonts, aren't
Oh,
you?
I love it.
You notice a typeface.
Oh, I love typeface. You can't. I hate Times Roman.
Times New Roman.
New Roman. I've always changed it to Geneva or Impact.
I like Geneva. I like a bit of Helvetica, personally.
Helvetica's not bad.
It's quite elegant. Now look, Katie, thank you very much for being on the show.
Pleasure.
And good luck at the Brits. Kick ass for us, will you?
Gonna do my best.
Queen
in my
of the
footwear and my
Brits.
leather.
Exactly. And you do Converse.
Yeah.
Well,
so what do I do if I lose?
If you lose, then you're not going to lose.
No,
are
I
you?
might. Yeah, no, I might.
I
I
don't
might
think
go
you will.
away. Utterly, I might be the new Craig David of Britain. And go away with
Don't
nothing.
say that. No.
So I could.
Your hair's
I'll
too
throw
gross.
my throne, my crown.
That's the only thing to do. If it goes badly, just cause
have
a
a
massive
massive
scene.
strop.
Have a huge tantrum on stage. Yeah, I would like
Katie Mellower.
Yeah, mellow it. Tip a drink over her, upend a table, set fire to something on your way out and
Yeah.
go, come on, Luke, we're going. We didn't buy new trainers for this. And then flounce out.
That's what we're gonna do.
Really angry and push Paris Hilton over on the way.
Yeah, I
and then
know.
also Ricky gets to jump in and be quite gallant with her.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
go, Paris, take my arm. I see you've had a tumble. And then it'll work for everyone. It'll be great. Right.
We're sorted. Thank you for that, Lauren.
Right, we're
we
gonna have
have a
another-
plan.
Another live moment from Katie now, I think.